When we talk about stepping into your new self, the very first step is awareness, becoming conscious of the old self that is holding you back. You see, many of us move through life on autopilot, repeating the same routines, the same patterns, and often the same mistakes. We wake up every day, but deep inside, it's as if we are living yesterday all over again. The truth is, transformation cannot happen if we don't recognize what needs to change. You cannot step into something new while remaining blind to what is old. Think about this. How many times have you caught yourself saying, "This is just the way I am," or "I can't change, it's too late"? Those are not truths, they are excuses. Voices of your old self trying to protect its comfort zone. And comfort zones may feel safe, but they are also prisons. They keep you stuck where you are, preventing you from reaching where you could be. The old self thrives on fear, self-doubt, and negative beliefs. It convinces you that you are not strong enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough. But those voices are not who you really are. They are just echoes of the past that you have carried for too long. Awareness is about shining a light on those hidden beliefs. It's asking yourself tough questions. Why do I react this way? Why do I always procrastinate? Why do I give up when things get hard? You see, without asking these questions, you keep living unconsciously, driven by patterns you don't even notice. Awareness is that moment when you pause and say, "Wait a second, this isn't me. This isn't who I want to be." That pause is powerful. That pause is the first spark of change. And here's the beauty of awareness. It doesn't judge, it observes. It doesn't say, "You are a failure." It says, "This is a habit you've repeated, but now you see it." Awareness is gentle but strong. It allows you to separate yourself from your patterns, to realize that you are not your mistakes, you are not your past, you are not your fears. You are the one who notices them, and that means you can also change them. For example, maybe you've been carrying the belief that you're not good enough to pursue a dream. Every time an opportunity comes, that voice whispers, "You can't." But once you become aware of that belief, you can challenge it. You can ask, where did this belief come from? Who told me this? And why should I continue to carry it? That is the power of awareness. It gives you back control over your story. The old self survives in the dark, but awareness brings light. And the moment you see clearly, you can never unsee. Once you recognize the patterns holding you back, you begin to take your power away from them. You no longer live on autopilot. You start living with choice. So, awareness is not just the first step, it is the foundation of everything that follows. You cannot let go of what you cannot see. You cannot rebuild what you don't know is broken. And you cannot step forward if you don't know what's been keeping you behind. Awareness is the secret doorway that leads you out of the old and into the new. And when you truly become aware, you will realize that the only thing standing between who you are and who you want to be is the version of yourself you're finally ready to leave behind. Once you become aware of the old self and the patterns that have been holding you back, the next step is courage. The courage to let go of who you were so you can step into who you are meant to be. And this, my friends, is where many people get stuck. Because letting go is not easy. It feels like losing a part of yourself, even if that part has been hurting you all along. Think about it. We hold on to old habits, old identities, old stories, and even old pain, not because they serve us, but because they are familiar. The human heart craves familiarity. It clings to what it knows, even if what it knows is destroying it. And so, when the opportunity to step into a new self comes, fear rises. What if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if I am not ready? But let me tell you something powerful. The fear you feel when you let go is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that growth is happening. Fear is nothing more than the old self struggling to survive. It resists change, because change means death to the version of you that has lived in comfort and limitation. And if you push through that fear, you will discover something extraordinary. That courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward in spite of it. Letting go does not mean you erase your past. It means you no longer allow your past to define your present. You are not denying the lessons, you are carrying them forward. But you are choosing to release the weight that keeps you from running toward your future. Imagine trying to climb a mountain while carrying a heavy bag full of stones, old regrets, old failures, old labels others put on you. How far do you think you could go? Now imagine setting that bag down. Suddenly your steps feel lighter, faster, freer. That is what happens when you let go of the old self. And yes, it will feel uncomfortable at first. The old self whispers, "But this is who you are." No, it's who you were. There is a difference. Your identity is not fixed, it's fluid. Every single day, you have the choice to step into a higher version of yourself. But you must be willing to close the chapter of who you used to be in order to write the story of who you are becoming. Ask yourself today, what do I need to release? Maybe it's a toxic habit. Maybe it's a limiting belief. Maybe it's an identity you've outgrown. Whatever it is, know this. Holding on will cost you more than letting go. Because as long as your hands are full of the past, they will never be open to receive the future. Letting go is an act of trust. Trusting that there is more waiting for you. That you were created for more. That the next version of you is far greater than the one you are leaving behind. And once you take that leap of faith, once you loosen your grip on the old self, you will find something you never expected: a new strength, a new clarity, and a new peace. So remember this: the door to your new self will only open when you are willing to shut the door behind you. When you begin to step away from the old self and make room for the new, you enter a phase that is both exciting and challenging. The phase of transformation. And here's the truth: transformation is not a single event, it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen without effort. Just like a seed doesn't become a tree in a day, the new self within you takes time to unfold. But every small step, every choice you make, every habit you shift, is shaping the future version of you. Many people give up because they think change has to be instant. They want immediate results, and when they don't see them, they return to the old self. But real transformation requires patience and persistence. Think of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. There's a period of struggle in the cocoon. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. But inside, the entire being is being reshaped, redefined, recreated. That is exactly what is happening inside you when you commit to becoming your new self. But here's something powerful to realize: the struggle you face in this process is not working against you. It is working for you. The challenges, the doubts, the setbacks. They are not signs that you are failing. They are signs that you are growing. Every discomfort is proof that the old self is breaking down and the new self is breaking through. You see, the mind loves old patterns because they are safe. But the heart longs for growth, for expansion, for freedom. And when the two clash, you feel resistance. That resistance is normal. It is part of transformation. But if you push through it, you'll discover something incredible. The moment you refuse to go back, the moment you stay consistent, is the moment your new self begins to emerge stronger than ever. Transformation also requires clarity. You cannot become your new self if you are not clear about who that is. Ask yourself, what kind of person am I stepping into? What values define my new self? What vision do I hold for my life? Because if you don't define your new self, the world will try to define it for you. And trust me, you don't want to live by someone else's version of who you should be. This is why you must take ownership of your growth. Choose the habits that align with your vision. Surround yourself with people who encourage the version of you that you are becoming. Protect your environment, your mind, your heart, because everything you consume shapes your new self. The music you listen to, the words you speak, the content you watch, the people you spend time with, all of it is either feeding your old self or your new self. So choose wisely, because small choices repeated daily create massive transformation over time. It may not feel dramatic in the moment, but weeks, months, years from now, you will look back and realize that the little steps you took consistently were the very foundation of your new life. And here's the beautiful truth. The new self is not some distant dream. It is already within you. It's not about becoming someone completely different. It's about uncovering who you truly are beneath the layers of fear, doubt, and limitation. Transformation is not about creating a new identity. It's about returning to your authentic self, the one you were meant to be all along. So don't give up in the middle of the process. Don't quit when it gets hard. Because every moment you remain faithful to the journey, you are one step closer to the life you were destined to live. Remember, this transformation may take time, but the person you are becoming is worth every second of the journey. Stepping into your new self is not just about what you leave behind, it's also about what you embrace moving forward. To truly grow, you must align your life with intention, and intention is powerful. Because it directs your energy, it shapes your focus, and it decides where your time and effort will go. Without intention, you are simply moving in circles, repeating the patterns of your old self. But with intention, every step you take has meaning. Think about it. The person you want to become will not just appear out of thin air. You must design that life consciously. Ask yourself, what habits serve the vision of my new self? What actions align with the future I see for myself? Because if you continue with the same routines, you'll keep producing the same results. Change requires intention backed by action. Your new self cannot grow in an environment that keeps feeding your old self. This is why it is so important to become mindful of what you consume, what you allow into your mind, and who you surround yourself with. You cannot plant seeds of growth in toxic soil and expect a harvest of peace. You cannot feed your spirit with negativity and expect to flourish with hope. The environment you choose to place yourself in has a direct influence on the self you are becoming. But intention goes beyond environment. It is also about the words you speak and the thoughts you nurture. Words are not just sounds, they are seeds. If you keep saying, I can't, I won't, I'll never, you are planting seeds of defeat in your own life. But if you begin to affirm, I will rise, I can grow, I am capable, those words become the foundation on which your new self stands tall. Every declaration is like watering the seed of transformation inside you. And here's what's amazing. Your new self thrives on consistency, not perfection. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to do everything perfectly. What matters is that you keep showing up, day after day, step after step, because every small, intentional act adds up to massive change. The mistake many people make is that they underestimate the power of small, daily improvements. But in reality, those small improvements are the very building blocks of transformation. It's like climbing a mountain. From the base, the summit feels impossible. But with each step, you move higher. And though you may stumble or grow tired, as long as you keep moving, you are still advancing. That's exactly what stepping into your new self looks like. Progress, not perfection. Now here's something important. When you begin to live with intention, you will notice resistance not just from within, but also from outside. Some people won't understand your new self. Some may even mock you, question you, or try to pull you back into your old ways. But remember, their opinion does not define your journey. You are not here to meet the expectations of others. You are here to fulfill the purpose that was placed within you. Your new self will require courage, because courage is what allows you to take steps even when you don't see the full picture. It is what allows you to keep going when everything around you tells you to quit. And the beautiful thing about courage is that it grows each time you choose to use it. The more you step forward, the more fearless you become. So live intentionally, speak with purpose, act with conviction, surround yourself with growth, feed your mind with truth, and above all, keep walking forward even if the steps are small, because each one is pulling you closer to the version of yourself you were always meant to become. Remember this: your new self is built on intention, not chance, and the moment you live with purpose, everything in your life begins to change. So here you are, standing at the edge of who you've been and who you are becoming. You've faced your past, you've learned its lessons, you've embraced the strength hidden within your struggles, and you've discovered the vision of your new self waiting to unfold. Every experience, every moment of pain, every doubt, and every setback, it wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to build you into this exact moment. Now the choice is yours. You can cling to the old, the familiar, the safe, or you can take a bold step into the unknown, into the future that is calling your name. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let the voices of doubt keep you small. Don't let yesterday define the rest of your story. The truth is, your new self is not some distant dream. It's right here, waiting for you to claim it. But it requires courage. It requires faith. It requires that you step forward even when the path isn't clear, even when the world doesn't understand, even when you feel unready. Because the moment you step forward, doors will open, strength will rise, and opportunities you never imagined will begin to find you. You have everything within you already. The strength, the resilience, the vision, the courage, it's all there. This is your time. This is your season. This is your moment to rise. So take that step. Step into your new self. Step into your higher purpose. Step into the life that was meant for you all along. And never forget this: the best version of you is not behind you. It's waiting ahead, and it's time to finally meet it.